Hello and welcome to my channel of Phenomenal English with Shuman. I'm your communicative English and accent trainer Shuman, and I hope you guys are safe and secure and having a great time out there during this lockdown and quarantine period. So today I have an interesting lesson for you. I often notice one thing about people while speaking English, and especially about they who don't speak English as their first language, right? Who are not native speakers. They sometimes use some strange expressions while speaking, just like when they say or they confirm something. Let's say they're saying you like tea, and they just want to confirm, so they take the help of the word no. And most of the time when you say it like that, it sounds odd, right? Every now and then when you confirm and you use no, 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 it sounds so odd. It sounds not that natural, right? So that's why I have got a trick for you with which you can easily eradicate that problem from your system and you can sound native like, right? So instead of using no all the time, you can use the trick question tagging. Now let me tell you what question tagging is. Question tagging is actually a hint of confirmation, right? When you want to confirm something, when you want to ask something as a confirmation, then you can use that question tag. It's a short question attached with the exact assertive sentences that you or statement that you make.
Let's understand this question tagging with the help of an example. She likes tea. Now, when you want to confirm this very statement, so you'll use doesn't she? She likes. It is in present tense. You can see s is added to the verb. So you have to use doesn't she? Doesn't she? Right? She likes tea, doesn't she? Now think that statement is negative. She doesn't like tea. You want to confirm whether it is opposite or not. So she likes tea. Does she? Now exact opposite. She doesn't like tea. You know she doesn't. Now you want to confirm. So you say does she? Does she? That's how it is. So that's the rule you need to remember. If the statement is positive, question tagging becomes negative. If the statement is negative, question tagging becomes positive. Let's take another example. They invited us. They invited us. Didn't they? Why didn't? Because they invited is past. So you have to take the help of did as your helping verb. Didn't they? Didn't they? That's how it is. If I talk about another example, let's say he called me a fool. Didn't he? Right? It is in past, so similar thing. And he didn't like me. Did he? As I said, negative statement, positive question tagging. He didn't like me becomes did he? With the help of that, you'll confirm. He didn't like me. Did he? And now when you have will as your helping verb, so you make it as won't, right? Mr. Sen will like it, won't he? Right? Mr. Sen will like it, won't he? Always remember, we need to use the contracted or the short form whenever we are using a negative question tagging, like won't he. I won't say or won't write will not he. Doesn't, not does not. Didn't, not did not. Right? Remember that. You need to be, using the abbreviated or contracted form whenever you're using negative question tagging. So now time for perfect tense, right? When you have, has, or had with the third form of your verb, those are called perfect tense. So when you have them, you just need to make it haven't, hasn't, or hadn't, just like that. For example, he has prepared the dinner, hasn't he? Right? She hasn't remembered me, has she? He had forgotten the rules, hadn't he? Those are the examples. Not to be confused with other sentence when you have only have, has, or had as your main verb. Just like you have a pen, don't you? Right. Have is your main verb, so you say don't you? Right. Have is in present, so you start with don't. Right. Do. You have a pen, don't you? He has a lot of money. Is a doesn't he? Doesn't he? Right? He has is your main verb, is with the verb present, so doesn't he? Right? Similarly, he had a pen becomes didn't he? Didn't he? Got it. When you have some modal verbs like can, could, should, might, you do it in similar manner like we did in will, right? Let's say he can drive a car. Can't he? He shouldn't come here. Should he? That's the way it is, right? It's time for the sentences with be verbs like is, are, or was, were. Let's say the first sentence is he's a singer, right? So is the be verb. So you have to make the question tagging with isn't he, right? He's a singer, isn't he? Similarly, they are kind. So question tagging is aren't they, right? So he's a singer, isn't he? They're kind, aren't they? That's how you confirm, right? Even when the sentence isn't past, she was happy, the question tagging becomes wasn't she, right? Wasn't she? And if the question is with where, you were, so again the question again becomes weren't you? You were busy, weren't you? Now when the sentence starts with some kind of name, let's say Stephen is coming, still the question tagging should be with the pronoun itself. Stephen is coming, isn't he? Because I already said that question tagging is all about the helping verb and the pronoun, right? You have to use the corresponding pronoun of the noun you have in the sentence, right? Another example, let's say people believe in him, don't they? So I'm not saying don't the people, I'm saying don't they, because they is the corresponding pronoun for people. So people believe in him, don't they? Similarly, no matter which kind of noun you have to use the corresponding pronoun while making the question tag. I hope you have understood. When the sentence has am in it, there will be a little exception. Let's say I'm correct is the sentence, so you can't make the question tagging with am there. Like you can't say am not I, it becomes aren't I. So it's a rule, you can't use am there, you have to use aren't, right? I am correct, aren't I? Now it's time for a couple of exceptions that we have to follow in question tagging whenever we have imperative sentence, right? For imperative sentence, we all know that the subject is silent there. Like do it means you do it, but we never pronounce. So we have to keep it like that. So if I say do the work, and the question again becomes will you, or you can similarly say won't you. Do the work, will you or won't you? Both are okay, right? Let's take another example. I say show me the book. Will you? Right? Or won't you? Both are right. Don't need to think about negative, positive here. So for imperative sentence, you can use will you or won't you. Well, now it's time for sentences with let's. Right? If I say let's go there, so as a question tagging, I have to use shall we? Shall we? Let's go there. Shall we? Let's do it. Shall we? That's how it is. So after learning all these rules and exceptions, one must say, Shimon, I'm just tired of learning all this. It's beyond me. It's not my cup of tea. So I can't do that. So for them who find it really tough to, keep in mind all those rules, I have a trick for you guys, right? The trick is, just like native people, you can just use a word to make sure or to confirm a particular thing. And the word is ain't it. Ain't it? The word has actually come from the contracted form of isn't it, right? Isn't it? From that, isn't it? Native people make it ain't it? Ain't it? When you find using those question tags differently real hard, you can use this short trick, right? Whenever you want to confirm anything, you go there, ain't it? You love it, ain't it? You played the piano, ain't it? Right? So that way, isn't it, becomes in it, and you can use that regardlessly as far as your speaking is concerned, not for writing or grammar. So that's the trick, and just remember it, keep using it. I hope you guys had fun. So it was cool, ain't it? That's how you use that, right? It was awesome, ain't it?
I'm here at the verge of the end of my lesson. I hope you guys liked it. If you liked it, do hit the thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe my channel if you haven't subscribed already. And there's a link in the description box below. There's my Facebook page description. You can follow that, and you can follow me as well in the Instagram The Instagram ID is the phenomenalenglish.int.